Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, Psychic Channel, Intuitive Astrologer, and Soul Coach. I'm here to talk about my Psychic Protection tip number 46. For those of you who follow them in sections, this is also Tools for Protection tip number 2. Folks, this particular Psychic Protection tip is the second in my new series of tips, Tools for Psychic Protection. This one is about using stones and crystals for psychic protection. This new series of tips is to give you some extra help when you're tired, worn down, or mentally, physically, or emotionally sick. Those are the times when your energy level is too low to really focus your mind as well as you need to for optimal use of many of my other tips that you'll find elsewhere on my website and on YouTube. These new tips use actual physical tools. They're here when you feel you cannot do a good enough job protecting yourself using the non-physical tools in my treasure chest of psychic protection tips. I even use many of these tools myself when I'm dealing with excessive negativity around me or when I just feel like I need some extra protection. There are many such tools. These are easy to purchase or create. If you've worked with my Mirror Magic section in this series, you're already using tools to aid you in your psychic protection. If you've read or listened to tip number 46, you now know how to use zero-point technology as a wonderful aid. This second tip I'm giving here is giving actual tools for psychic protection to introduce you to the use of stones and crystals as an aid to your psychic protection arsenal of tools. This is one of my personal favorites. Before I begin, though, I want to remind you again, always do your best to use your own grounding or psychic protection techniques that you've learned through my other tips first. Those techniques train you to work with energy through visualization and understanding. Being able to protect yourself without tools is always your first and last line of defense. Now, about using stones and crystals for added protection. Stones and crystals are among the densest materials on our planet. We can loosely categorize the kingdom of beings that inhabit our beautiful earth as human, animal, vegetable, and mineral. If you want to know more about these kingdoms, I highly recommend a little book called The Kybalion, Kybalion, by 3 initiates. All of these, obviously, these kingdoms have a physical presence or a physical body right here on the material plane. But of them all, the mineral kingdom is the most dense. That means that from an energy standpoint, there's far more energy contained in a tiny little stone or crystal than there is in your entire body. Not only can stones and crystals hold more energy than you can, pound for pound, but they can release more energy as well. That makes them real, ideal storage batteries for energy. Let me make my point a little more strongly. The atomic bomb that virtually liquidated Hiroshima during World War II weighed under 100 pounds, but not only took out the entire city, but decimated a huge surrounding area of the countryside as well. Now that you understand the amount of energy in a tiny little crystal, realize you are working with crystals with little energetic battery packs that are very effective in psychic protection. Now, when you're working with a stone or crystal for psychic protection, you certainly don't want to blow up any cities or any people either. What you want is for that crystal you're carrying around your neck or in your pocket to release its energy slowly over time to create a certain protective energy around you and keep it there constantly. How do you charge a stone or crystal to do its job? First, of course, you've got to be clear on just what you want it to do. The more specific the job, the better the result, just like with people. Second, you need to get your crystal nice and clear. So, almost any grounding and clearing technique that you could use on yourself will also work on your crystal. An example is to sit it on a bed of salt or soak it in a bath of sea salt overnight. Caution, do not use selenite. If you have a selenite stone and you're using that for protection, don't wet it. It will liquefy. But just about any other stone does well in salt water to ground it or on a bed of salt. Next, take your crystal and hold it in your right sending or projective hand. That's this one. Shut out everything else in your mind and think only of the energy and action you want to fill your crystal with. So if I want my crystal to protect me, I'll hold it in my right sending hand, and I will visualize and feel a wall of protection completely surrounding me while I'm holding that crystal. And then, for example, if I wanted to protect a blue bubble around me every time I wear or hold it, I'd surround myself with that blue bubble and project it mentally into the crystal. So the crystal's feeling how I feel while I'm holding it in my right hand. And then I breathe on the crystal and I tell it in my own words exactly how I want it to protect me by creating this blue bubble of protection around me whenever I wear or hold it. So that's exactly how you would do that with your own crystal. And just that easily, you're done. And you've now got a new friend to protect you. At least weekly, remember you should clear and reprogram your protection crystal to keep it in good working shape. Tune in to see my next crystal tip on using crystals to protect your home or office next month. I'm Sandy Anastasi. Visit me on my website. I'm at www.sandyanastasi.com. While there, check out all of my educational, downloadable audios and videos in almost every area of metaphysics, and find out when my next psychic hour or special event like my annual cruise is going to be. I'll see you here next month with another psychic protection tip. Thanks so much for stopping by.